And we're live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Shelter on Base. I am Therese Vinal alongside Anthony Garcia, Cole Kuiper, and Carmen Kiew, depending on where they are located. I'm just going to point everywhere in the box. Please make sure you subscribe and like this channel because we want you to be in the know when we post videos and when we post podcasts like today. Today, I am the manager of the show. I decided to call myself the manager, no longer kings or queens around here. We don't live in a monarchy, Anthony.
Yeah, but my mom got kind of mad about that. My mom kind of put me out. So, Mama, thank you. I appreciate you looking out. We're an inclusive bunch here on Shelter on Base.
Cole came up with the idea of being called the manager of the show, the skipper of the show. So today we're trying that out. I am the manager of the show. So here are the rules. We're kind of doing it like around the horn. If you've ever watched it, maybe not. You earn points for if I like your take, if I like maybe your disagreement, or maybe you're looking good today with the headset. So point for Anthony with the headset.
Wait, what if I do a joke?
You do a joke and it's actually good, you get a point.
Okay, it has to be actually good.
But if you say anything I don't like, you get buzzed.
Ooh.
That's from Taboo.
Yeah. You get buzzed and you get minus points, okay?
I'm gonna make my COD joke again. So Anthony, are you playing COD or are you doing this podcast?
Yeah, I started over in Storage Town and then I died, and now I got out of the gulag, so that's why true story.
Reference.
I was playing a bunch of Call of Duty during the pandemic, and I had to buy a video game headset, like a true nerd. And I was like, you know what? If I could use it for the video games, I could use it here. I paid a pretty penny for it, so I want to get my money's worth.
Yeah.
Are those some Turtle Beaches, or what'd you buy?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I bought the most affordable ones on.
I spent a pretty penny, but they're
there's a palm tree. There's a palm tree on the ear. It's green.
I think
you guys can see it.
All right.
But maybe it's Turtle Beach. I'm not sure.
I have a joke, Therese.
Oh, okay. Okay, Cole, go ahead with your joke. Is this just going to be jokes to try to earn points?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who? Settle down, Mariners fan.
All right. All right. Cole, you get 2 points for that.
I have another joke. Therese.
So the other thing is, person with the most points, obviously, at the end of the game, gets a gift card to a coffee place of their choice. But of course, in this game, the points don't really matter, kind of like Little League. So there is no rhyme or reason to how I distribute points. Questions, comments, concerns.
Okay. What about my other joke, which is, Therese, if you're the manager and we need to speak to you, are we Karens?
Oh.
I'm woke.
All right, point for Carmen. Point for Carmen. Okay. Also point for Carmen because she was on pre and post game live last night, and she did a great job with her first segment.
Views. I encourage everyone to tag Carmen in your mentions about how she did. If you have any hot takes, and if they're bad, we'll block you. So there we go.
Yeah, make yourself known so I could just mute you.
Mute. So let's get going. Opening day weekend reactions. I'm calling this the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's lead off with something positive because Anthony, like you said, after opening night, let's be positive here, everybody. Let's find some silver linings from all of this, even though I know most Giants fans on Twitter are like, what positive things can you find from this? This is terrible. So we'll get to those later. Let's start with Anthony, Mr. Positivity. What was good that you found from opening night, from this weekend?
From the opening series, I feel like let's not bury the lead, and that's that Buster is back. Did not play at all last year, missed the entire pandemic season. He adopted twin girls. He wanted to take the time off to be with them. Shout out Buster. Came back, hit 2 home runs in the first 2 games of the series. And as someone pointed out on Twitter, Buster's looking pretty thick. He's looking a little meaty. I think someone was doing their squats and doing their curls. Yeah, or maybe they were eating some Panda Express like I was last night, as we said on the group chat. So Buster's looking good. He's looking healthy. He took yesterday off. He took Saturday's game off. Get him some rest. Get him an extra day rest. But Buster looking good. It could be 2012 all over again. And I want to shout out Cole because last week I kind of made fun of Cole and said it was an emotional pick. Cole said that Buster was going to lead the Giants in home runs. And I said, oh, that's an emotional pick. Cole might be a genius. Cole, you might be a genius.
I saw some pictures of him in the offseason, could tell he was bulking up, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this man's not fucking around. Buster's coming in hot this year.
Point taken away from Cole for dropping the F-bomb. Just kidding. You get 2 points for that. Just kidding. Because we do whatever we want on this show. Yeah, Buster's back. One of the things that I saw that was interesting, it was the first time he homered in consecutive games since May of 2017.
Oof.
And then Ryan Spader on Twitter put this out there, which I thought was fun. It said Buster Posey and Evan Longoria are second SF Giant teammates in franchise history, each to homer in the first 2 games of the season. The first occurred in 2003. Does anybody want to take a guess without looking at the rundown who those people were?
03.
03.
I already was. I'm
Bonds.
I
sorry.
would say Bonds and Snow,
Minus points.
maybe?
I didn't
Who?
say it though.
Who do you think, Anthony?
Yeah,
Bonds and Snow?
Bonds
I'll
and Snow?
second that. Yeah, that would be my pick.
You would
Unless it's Bonds
think
and
it's Bonds
Ken.
and Snow or Bonds and Rich Aurelia, but no, wait, it was Ray Durham and
Ray
Benito
Durham.
Santiago.
Ah, love Benito.
Oh,
Fun facts.
2 blasts from the past.
Yeah. So those were some fun facts that we're putting out there. Carmen, what was you're turning over a new leaf, as you said on post game. When you came out starting talking about positivity, I was like, who is this Carmen and what has she done with our friend?
I got to start at the top so that I can slowly decline over time. So I had to start positive. Otherwise I'd be literally in the cellar by now, but let's see. I guess I'll talk about Donnie Barrels because I think we talked a little bit about him in spring and didn't really know. And I think even last week or week before we said, you know, he had a good year last year and we were really happy about that, but could he repeat that? And it seems like he's well on the way. So he's got some really clutch hitting and he's been doing really well. And I've been really enjoying the fact that he's like a hitter that we can count on and he's consistent and, you know, you just know what you're going to get out of him. So I'm pretty happy with Donnie Barrels. And I think last night they were saying, you know, can he win a batting title? And I said, how can a man named Donnie Barrels not win one? So I you know, I'm very hopeful. So Donnie Barrels is my pick for the good.
The good.
I'm going Family Feud. Good answer.
Good answer. Yes, good answer.
Carmen, I think about your quote from this summer's Shelter on Base episodes at least once a game where you said his name's Donnie Barrels, not Donnie Leathers.
It's true. He still has a little bit of a Butterfinger situation happening. But he's, you know, it's fine. It's like, I remember Hanley Ramirez was also somebody who was really good at the plate, who also had a little bit of Butterfinger situation. And, you know, I think it pays off in the end. So I'm going to say he's meant to hit. He's not meant to do any flashy plays on the field.
If you're going to hit 330 like he did last year and go 7 out of 14 in your first 3 games of the season, I go with the errors. If you're going to be a silver slugger at second base, make as many errors, throw as many balls away as you want, because I know you're going to contribute at the plate.
Yeah, let it go through the wickets. We don't.
I'm going to bring Twitter back in here. Anthony was the one that put it out there asking, you know, if you could trade Donnie Barrels for, who did you say? You Darvish?
I said it was Donnie Barrels for Mike Trout, Anthony Rendon, and Shohei Ohtani. Who says no? I think the Giants say no because I think they want to keep Donnie Barrels. Donovan Solano is that good. I don't think the Giants are going to make that trade.
You never know, but he might be someone on the trade block that we do see this season where they're just trying to get him as many at bats as possible and showcase him out there and then be like, hey, who wants this? Come get it, you know, because maybe we are seeing the side of that batting average is more important than defense, but eventually that's going to catch up to them, I feel like. So, Cole, what do you think was the good from opening night, opening weekend?
We already talked about Buster, but Longoria was the one for me because I know he's been battling that foot issue. I was super worried, but he didn't seem super concerned about it during interviews and spring training prep. And he's up there, boom, starts rocking it right away. Just like Buster, home run the first game, home run in the second game. He's looking good. I'm set. Longo could be one of the dark horses to save us this season.
Ooh, okay. I like that take. You get a point.
Cole, can you do your Twitter joke? It's not plantar fasciitis. It's
plantar fasciitis.
Got him. Got him.
It's almost A's-esque. I don't know. Maybe you lose a point for that.
Ooh, there goes the buzzer.
There's the buzzer. Okay.
All right.
one of the other-
Diego.
Hey, we're
No,
not talking
Slam
about that
Diego.
yet.
Did we call it Slam Diego or Bash Diego?
It's
I
supposed to be Slam Diego, but
Yeah,
Therese
but
called
he's
Oh, yeah,
it
that's
making
right.
fun of me.
Diego.
So you know what? You lose another point. Okay?
Take them all
Maybe,
away.
Cole.
You can't
Take them
own
all.
me.
I'll take all your points away, Cole.
This is
Oh
like
my
the
God.
scene in the Breakfast Club when Bender just doesn't
Yeah.
show up. That's Cole. Cole's the Bender of our Breakfast Club.
One more week. Who cares?
I was gonna say one of the other goods I saw from this weekend was Kevin Gausman. At least a really strong start from him. He pitched into the 7th inning, allowed only 2 hits, 2 walks, and had 6 strikeouts. He looked good. It's just such a bummer that it was all wasted away, which leads me into the bad. The bad. Who wants to go first with the bad from opening weekend? Carmen's
I'll
on the
dive in.
positive train, so we're not starting with Carmen. Cole,
Oh,
why don't you
okay.
go?
I'll dive in. I'm going to take the second most obvious option, and that's Yaz. We were all very excited to see Yaz coming off of an incredible year where he actually got MVP votes. He had a stellar spring training, and then Seattle happened, and he's 1 for a baker's dozen, and just looks completely lost up there. He's swinging at stuff that doesn't make sense. He's striking out left and right. So that was the bad. I don't think it's something to really be worried about long term. He's just getting into his groove. But come on, Yaz. We want to see. Are you saving it for the home opener? Come on.
Maybe his hand
Hopefully.
hurts still, right? Like maybe his hand hurts from getting hit in spring training. You know, when I
true.
hurt my hand, I can't do anything for like 5 weeks minimum. So, yeah,
Let
maybe-
alone use a baseball bat to hit a ball.
yeah, you need your hand to hold the bat. I don't know if you guys know this, but that's some deep cut baseball knowledge.
Yeah, that was disappointing. I think a lot of us breathed a sigh of relief when we saw that he finally got a hit, but he was 1 for 13 for the weekend.
One
It's
for
early.
Baker's dozen. That was pretty good.
It's
Cole.
early.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
early. It's
yeah,
still
I like
early.
it.
It's still early, right? Yes.
Still early.
Does it not matter if you get hurt in spring training, Anthony? Because nothing matters in spring training.
Nothing
unless it
matters in
matters.
spring training unless you have a great spring training. Then you're going to have a great season, like Donovan Solano, who had a great.
Anthony, what was your bad then?
I'll be the Debbie Downer. I feel like Carmen and I did a Freaky Friday where she's the optimist and I'm the pessimist. So I'll go negative Nancy. I will say the bullpen. It sucked that the bullpen blew that game on Thursday night. The Giants are leading 5-0 in the 7th inning. Therese, you mentioned Gausman gets pulled, and then the bullpen just blows it. They ended up losing 8-7. They gave up the lead in the 8th, and then they got walked off in the 9th in the 10th on 3 straight walks.
They walked in the winning runs. They got walk off walk.
They
right?
got walk off walk. So that kind of sucked. This was that was all of last season, which I think was the frustrating thing, is that the Giants bullpen blew a number of games last year, which gets even compounded with the shortened season. And this year, we're all excited. We're all excited for baseball. And night number 1, we can't even get 8 innings before the bullpen blows it again. So that was unfortunate. But you guys know I like to be a little political, so I did some stats. Friday night, the Giants bullpen, 3 1/3 no-hit innings. And then last night, Saturday, 2 2/3, they only gave up 1 hit. So Thursday was really bad, but Friday and Saturday were pretty good for the Giants pen.
I mean, there were so many walks. What is this, a crosswalk?
Oh,
You know what I'm
Are
saying?
you going for
1.
jokes? I don't.
That's a joke. It's a joke, guys.
oh.
That's a joke. Joke.
It was a bad joke. It was a dad joke. That
They
was a
had
dad joke.
9 walks total Thursday. No bueno. Nobody liked it.
Wasn't bad.
Gotta call out that 3 batter minimum. Saw some comments about Gabe Kapler still can't manage a bullpen. I don't really think this is his fault per se. I think his hands are kind of tied by this rule, and just like any new rule that gets added, you kind of have to learn how to pivot your strategy a little bit. And I think everybody's working it out. I said this yesterday, but I'll say it again. Everybody doesn't really know what their role is. I think when we had the Fab Four, everybody knew who was setting up, who was closing. They all knew what they had to do. And here, everybody's just kind of playing mix and match, and it's probably confusing for everybody. So I wouldn't sweat too much. I think just let them get used to it, and we'll see what happens. See how positive I'm being? Wow, did you like that?
I like it.
Who
I
is
like
this?
this new leaf, Carmen.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know how I feel about this positive Carmen. It's weirding me out. So yeah, I mean, everyone was up in arms about the bullpen from opening night. One of the other things I guess I would say the bad but disappointing was Logan Webb's start. I was really hoping to see the kid come out and really shine, but it almost seemed like he was too predictable. The Mariners were able to pick him up pretty quickly, and when that curveball came in on the 0-2 count, they were like, here it comes, we know it's coming, and double, just order up all those drinks that you possibly can. So I want Logan Webb to succeed. I want Webby to do well. I'm pulling for the kid, so I was disappointed that it didn't go as great, but it's only series one of how many? A lot. Yeah.
A lot.
Back to that opening day, I put up a poll on Twitter of what was the most demoralizing open day in Giants history.
Mm-hmm.
And 2021 won over 50% of the votes. That's got to be recency bias. But I was curious for you guys if any of the options I put out there stood out. I offered up the first game at Pacific Bell Park in 2000, which wasn't technically opening day. It was the home opener where the Giants got blasted on by the Dodgers. 2017 obviously was Bumgarner, 2 home runs. And then Melanson blew it when we had him in as our closer. And then 2007 was Barry Zito's huge contract and first game as a Giant, which he just got absolutely torched. So what do you guys think? Which of those 4 is the worst opening day? Or if there's another one that stands out, please hit me.
You had some pretty good options there. I would probably say, just because it does come to recent mind, is the Bumgarner start.
That's my answer. Same.
That's my answer too.
Final answer, group answer.
Lock
this
it
is
in.
what we're going with.
Was that one second on your poll, Cole?
The Bumgarner start was second with 40% of the votes.
Okay.
But a few other people chimed in. I think Greg Proops of Whose Lines It Anyway fame said 1985. And I was like, bro, I was not even an embryo back then.
Greg, do we need to get Greg Proops on? I loved Whose Line when I was a kid.
Greg on the pod.
We got it. Greg, if you're listening, come on, man. We'll have you on. Greg,
the
get
points
on.
don't matter, just like Whose Line Is It Anyway.
Exactly.
So it's fine.
Perfect.
I'm following him right now.
Cole gets a point for extra effort there. Good job, Cole. Putting out the poll and then bringing it back in here. So good, bad, and the ugly. Does anybody want to tackle this, or am I just going to blatantly say what was the ugliest part of the weekend? Are we all
tell it to us, Mom? Let's do this.
So bad.
Woo! Woo!
Did she have her own lav mic? Like, why was it so loud? I don't understand.
It obviously there's less fans, so there's always Cole, your dad talked about this. There's always going to be because there's less fans, there's going to be that one guy or that one woman that feels it on the need of them to make some extra noise, and then because there's not that many people, there's more eyes on them, so then they're going to be louder because they think they're funny for what they're doing, and they're just going to keep on going. So who knows if this woman knew that she was near a microphone, but it was driving me insane.
I would be curious to see if Mariners fans heard it on their feed and what their reaction was.
They did. I have friends who live in Seattle, and they were like, we hate her.
Let's go find her and silence her. Just kidding. No. I'm not
Carmen,
violence of any sort.
I have your tweet up, Carmen. You said silver lining, the Giants lost, but at least there wasn't a lady screaming in the background of the broadcast, ... Oh, wait. Which I enjoyed. I gave you a like for that one.
Thank you. I love it when I get likes from you. But I also think one shitty thing that I hated also was See, I can be negative still. One
Okay.
shitty thing that I hated also was yesterday I heard people doing the wave.
You
If there's
heard
something
them?
I hate more than seeing the wave, it's hearing it and knowing it's happening. I hate that. I hate when I can hear woo every couple seconds because they're doing the wave.
Do you think
And-
they were doing the wave, or was it people trying to impersonate the woo lady?
No. I saw them doing the wave eventually. And Seattle also, I used to live there and I used to talk about how much I hated the wave. And they were like, we invented the wave here. I don't think that's true, but like they love to claim the wave. So I was like, stop that.
Yeah.
Stop it right now.
When I was watching the game, all my pets got up and left the room, and then that happened like 5 minutes later. So I think it's one of those things like how pets can sense earthquakes. They could sense the wave coming.
Point for that, Cole.
Point for
That
being
puts me at what,
negative.
-5?
Yeah, you were down -5, but now you're working your way back in. So don't worry.
I do have a PSA. I noticed this in the A's game yesterday or the day before. With the small amount of fans, you can really hear the jeering. You can really hear that the crap that the people are talking to the players and the managers. And some A's fan was trying to talk mess to some bullpen guy and was like, yeah, that's why you wear number 65. And like, that's not a good jeer.
No.
That's not a good clapback. So my PSA to all the fans going to the games, bring it, man. Bring your A game. Talk some serious mess because we can actually hear you, those watching the game at home. So don't come up with something lame that we're going to make fun of you because we are going to critique you.
Yeah, that's a tough situation for the A's fans because there's really nothing else you can tease the Astros about. You really got to resort to weird jersey numbers. So they're in a tough bind there.
Good point.
Stop
Cole.
giving him points. He doesn't
I'm giving him
deserve it.
points. He's working his way back in.
Sorry, I can see you doing it.
You're
I
like,
get a point
you're
for bringing
watching
up
me
anything.
intently over there. Stop worrying about points. Carmen's like, I want my coffee. Okay. I was gonna say, did anybody else see because none of us were at the game, unless Anthony maybe was, but the A's game, apparently they played Carrie Underwood Before He Cheats as the Astros intro song for when they were reading off their, I was like, all right, that was funny.
Listen, they thought they missed out on the Shame Tour in
Mhm.
2020.
This is
Not
it.
even a panorama can get you out of that, guys.
This is it.
Not even a panorama. You're gonna have to ride your Shame Tour in 2021. It's just been postponed, but you got to pay the piper because you hella cheated.
And the A's are a good franchise to start them out on this shame season because they're not afraid to troll. As we as Giants fans know, their marketing department's whole thing is just like, hey, let's troll the Giants. So if the Astros are coming in, they're going hard at that.
We get the Astros at some point this season. So hopefully Giants fans can bring it a little bit more, bring a little heat, putting it out there now. Let's do some overreactions from this weekend. One of my favorite ones that I saw was Buster's on track to hit 162. Yeah. Woo!
Fun with small sample sizes.
So everyone calm down. But
it's 108 now. He took a day off.
he took a day off, but in the reality of it, I know Cole's on board for Buster hitting a ton of home runs this year, but are you buying that? Is anybody else buying? Cole, do you want to sell and see if someone wants to buy it from you?
Absolutely not. In fact, I'll double down.
You're going to double down. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how that works, but consider me doubled.
Double down, holding strong.
I don't know if you guys saw,
Diamond hands.
Carmen's boy, Brandon Belt. I read the quote. I didn't see it, but Brandon said that the pitch that Buster homered on Thursday was a pitch that he doesn't think he could have homered on last year or even the year before. So even the Giants players, even his teammates are noticing the difference of like,
Brandon
hey,
Belt is such
Buster's
a
looking
homie.
good.
He's a homie. He always backs up his teammate. He is a homie. Brandon Belt is a homie.
Brandon Belt's a homie gets you a point. There you go.
Yeah. Is that a new t-shirt?
There you
Yes,
go.
I should have that.
T-shirt
Brandon
idea.
Belt is a homie. There it is.
Brandon Belt is a homie. Yep. What's that song? Rolling with the homies. That's from Clueless, if anybody picks
Yes,
up
I
on
know
that.
it.
Thank you, Carmen. Any of it?
Guys are like, we don't know unless it's.
I've watched. Come on.
I'm gonna be honest.
Hard.
As if.
If you tell me a song about the homies is from Clueless, I feel like that doesn't track.
It does track.
She does the damn rolling with the homies.
R.I.P. Brittany Murphy.
Yeah,
There
for
we go.
real.
R.I.P. Brittany Murphy. Okay, moving on. Other overreactions that maybe caught your eye from this weekend. Anthony, I see you on the rundown. You want to say one of these?
Yeah, my buddy David Tedla, who is a coworker of mine, he makes big predictions. He doesn't really use Twitter, but he kind of uses it in the beginning of his team's favorite seasons. So he said the 2021 Giants will end up like the 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020 Giants. No playoffs. They have no starting pitching, a couple of good hitters, but hey, they got spreadsheets. So I thought that was really funny that David clearly not into the sabermetrics. And maybe it was the spreadsheets that led to the bullpen errors. Who knows there, but they're going to make a lot of saber-centric decisions. And I think we just have to trust that they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I've been following those takes about like, running a baseball team by numbers is bad for the game. And it's like, if math says that's the most effective win, then what, do you want the Giants not to do the most effective way to win just because it's good for the game? Let the Dodgers do the thing that's good for the game, but bad for the team.
Also, that's how like businesses are run in general.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why like baseball shouldn't be run that way to some extent too. Obviously, I think there's some human element of like gut feelings that you can go off of once in a while, but like, why would you go against statistics? I don't understand. Or why would you clown somebody for trying that?
Yeah.
It's a little bit more of my point.
It's like you watch too many movies like The Natural or Rookie of the Year. It's like that stuff doesn't happen in real life. You want the guy who consistently gets on base. It's not Angels in the Outfield where you sub out their best hitter because 5-year-old Joseph Gordon-Levitt tells you to. No.
Stop.
I'm giving him a point. He brought in a lot of movie references. I laughed. That was funny. Good job, Cole. You're working your way back out.
Damn it, Cole. Stop kissing ass.
Carmen, play along then. I thought one of the other ones that was pretty funny was when Sean, this guy Sean said, "I don't trust Kapler's perfectly groomed face or how he manages a bullpen."
It is a very well-groomed face.
Why is his mask so tight?
Why is his mask so tight?
It would be an insult to the world if his mask wasn't so tight. If we can't see that face, we need to see the next best thing.
God, get a room.
He's just so handsome.
He's so handsome.
So handsome.
Any other overreactions that maybe caught your eye from this weekend where you were like, y'all need to take a chill pill?
Yeah. How about some of the reactions of like going into the 6th inning of opening day where all the Giants fans are like, "Woo, Dodgers lost. We're going to win this game." Yikes, bros. Maybe we don't celebrate.
I was very excited to be in first place for one day, and then it just got stripped away from me. And
we can't have nice things. Haven't you always learned this? We can't have nice things.
Except for we can sometimes. Maybe 3 and 5 nice things.
Yeah.
Those were pretty nice.
Yeah. All right, Carmen.
Not as nice as it gets.
Very nice. I'm bored.
You get a point for saying that, Carmen.
Was that what that was a reference to?
Yeah, did it not sound right?
No, it did not.
It was close enough that I got it, Carmen.
Okay, thank you.
It.
Say it again, Carmen. How does it go?
Very nice.
Can you do Christopher Walken next?
No. I'm not an impressions girl. Let's just put it that way.
That's how you're going to earn points for this game.
That's the impressions only.
Okay.
Go ahead, Carmen.
No, I was going to talk about, more retweet worthy things. But
go for it. I was going to bring up retweet worthy. So maybe something that caught your eye that you personally retweeted because it was funny, or maybe something that was so informational that you were just like, I got to put this out there for more eyeballs to see. My favorite one personally was Adam Copeland. Shout out to Copes. Happy opening day to everyone except the Dodgers. I was like, well done, Copes. I love Copes. That.
I'm a big fan. I've yet to meet him, but he's great on Twitter and he likes a bunch of my tweets. So I love Copes. I haven't met him. I haven't met anyone in the last year. I don't know.
I don't think I've met him either.
He seems like a great dude.
He's awesome. We love him.
Yeah, Adam's a good dude. So Adam, if you're watching, we all love you. Anybody else have like a retweet that they personally felt was worthy enough to retweet?
This is one just kind of throwing shade at Twitter, but I follow Nat-O on Twitter, and she said, look, Twitter, just because I follow an MLB team does not mean I want to follow all of the MLB teams. Does Twitter pop up that stuff for you? Like Rays highlights, and it's like, bro, come on, figure your algorithm out. I am not interested in this.
Yeah, I get a lot of like Sports Central LA, like follow this person who covers the Dodgers and the Lakers. And I'm like, no.
Negative.
Yeah.
Thanks anyways, Twitter.
Oh my God, you think they get that about us? You think they're like, follow Kuiper, and they're like, no, follow Carmen Kiew. No.
It tells me to follow myself, and I'm like, I think I'm good.
We really think you'll like this person's opinions. You should follow her. Yeah, I think I will.
I don't even like my own opinions half the time. So
yeah. Can you dislike your own opinions? That should be a function. Maybe someone should tell Twitter this. Just kidding. The running joke is because Carmen works for Twitter. Anywho,
I got you.
You got my joke. Okay.
I don't want a blue check mark. I just want free lunch. That's what I just want to get, like a really fancy.
Whenever we're open,
a fancy omelet.
Yeah, you can come whenever we're back open. Trust me, I'll be eating all the free food too.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's clear the bases. Anthony, lead us off in clearing the bases, por favor.
Let's talk about some hashtag Forever Giants. Some good Giants. Madison Bumgarner was the opening day starter for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He doubled, which is good, but he then he got shelled against the Padres. He only went 4 innings, gave up 7 hits and 6 earned runs, but he did double, and we love pitchers who rake. Pablo Sandoval, opening day on Thursday, had a pinch hit home run. So Pablo Sandoval does not get paid by the hour. 1 pinch hit at bat, 1 home run. So
to tie the game, no less. Like It was a big home run.
That's our boy. That's our big boy.
Those are
our big boy.
Two of our favorites. They were at least doing it at the plate. And one of my favorite non-Giant players, because he carried my fantasy team one year, which Carmen loves hearing that story. Francisco Lindor signed a 10-year, $300.
Anytime you talk about your fantasy team, you get buzzed.
Nobody cares.
I will get buzzed for my fantasy team. It means that much. Frankie Lindor, 10-year, $341 million. I'm doing that. That's $34 million.
There's a screenshot, Cole.
With the Met. $1 million. What do we think, guys? Good contract or bad contract for Francisco Lindor and the Mets?
A good contract for Francisco Lindor.
He's buying the bar.
Yeah, secure the bag.
Well, it kind of seems like these big contracts are just the regular thing now. You know what I mean? Like nobody's getting away with little baby contracts for these big boys anymore. So I kind of feel like it's like the cost of living almost. Like you kind of have to give it to somebody like him because that's what it costs to get a player like him at this, basically they're dictating the market. So do I think it was a good contract? I mean, I just think it's a necessary contract. I don't think you're going to get him for any less. Yeah.
He's going to be almost 40 when that deal's up too. He's going to be almost 40 when that deal's up.
Lindor right now is 27. He's a 4-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glover, 2-time Silver Slugger. So, I mean, he's probably going to, at least for the first half of that deal, he's probably going to be worth it. But 10 years is a really, really long time. But shout out Francisco Lindor. If you see Francisco Lindor at a Queen's bar after COVID, put the drinks on his tab because he can afford it. Opening day games postponed. The Nationals had a COVID outbreak. Can we say outbreak?
Wait, real quick, Anthony. That reminds me of a story. I was in San Diego when the Giants were in there, and I ran into Barry Zito, and this was pretty fresh off of like his huge deal with the Giants. He hadn't quite been with the team for too many years, and I bought him a drink. And one of the other guys with the Giants asked me like, "Why are you buying Barry Zito a drink? Dude just got the biggest contract in Giants history. Make him buy you a drink, bro."
Also, I love that you have your Zito jersey in your background too.
Hell yeah.
Dude, what did you buy him? Do you remember what you bought him?
Oh, I think I asked him like, "What do you want?" He got like a Heineken or something. I wish I had done a shot with Zito, but no.
Heineken, man of the people. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that, man of the people. Yeah, he definitely should have bought you a drink or 2 or 3.
Allow it. Weird.
Opening day, the games got postponed. The Nationals, I forget who they were playing. I think they were playing I forget who they're playing, but they had to postpone 3 of their games. I think all 3 of their games this weekend. So that's what we said. We said last week, well, they're supposed to play 162, and we're like 162. So we'll see what happens.
Well, can we also talk about how like they're trying to obviously vax the players, and some players are like, "You're taking away my rights," and it's like, stop it, stop
Eric
it.
Sogard.
You're being an asshole. You're being an asshole. Take your fucking opinions. Eat my fucking butt. Just get the shot. Get the fucking shot.
Carm, you know my mom listens to this, dude. You know how many questions I'm gonna
I don't know whether to buzz you or to give you points. So I'm
Can
gonna
you
give
buzz her,
I'm gonna
please?
do both.
Because here's what's gonna happen: is that Carmen's cussing, and my mom is gonna yell at me. She's not gonna yell at Carmen.
I'm
She's
sorry,
gonna yell at me. So
Garcia.
thanks a lot,
And
Carmen. I
Carmen,
can't
all you
wait.
gotta do is say, "Hey, Anthony's mom, earmuffs," and then you could say
Earmuffs,
whatever
mom.
you want.
Not cussing? I cuss like this in front of my parents.
You tell your parents to eat your butt.
I do. I actually do.
Carmen, you would not have survived in my household. I just want to say that.
Yeah, I go pretty freely with the curse words around my parents too. And I was thinking recently, and I need to tighten that up. I was playing Wii bowling against my dad like last year, and I dropped a motherfucker when he beat me, and I put it on Twitter, and everyone dragged me swearing around my dad. And I was like, it never even occurred to me that I shouldn't do that.
So me and
my
Therese are the good children of
Yeah.
the shelter on base foursome. We are the good ones. You guys
That
are
Catholic
clearly
school
the-
upbringing.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's right. You guys are clearly the problem
I went
children.
to public school.
That's right, me too.
It's Easter Sunday, no less. On Easter Sunday.
God's day of all days.
Real
Day of
quick,
all day.
circling back to players getting vaccines, I would like to point out that our Bay Area king, Buster Posey, said he got his shot and will get his second one, and the light is at the end of the tunnel, and encourages other people to get there.
Yeah.
Our guy.
Our guy.
Our
Imagine
guy.
thinking getting a vaccine is political. Imagine.
There's a lot of people who feel that way, and there are a lot of I saw Cole, you said it, so I'm going to say it. I saw Eric Sogard's wife was very opinionated about not being vaccinated, and her point was that MLB is easing restrictions for teams that hit a threshold percentage, right, of players who get,
I believe so. Yeah,
I think it's
85.
85%, so they can ease the restrictions. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I feel like I personally
Play
have
one on
decided
TV.
I don't play, like I said, don't play one on TV. I was never one on Halloween, but I decided to get the vaccine. That's the decision that I made. I think people are free to make whatever decisions they want. And I think it's a whole nother conversation of whether or not the MLB should be allowed to
Enforce it.
exactly. I don't know how I feel about that.
They're private business. They're allowed to do what they want. Plus, like, things ease here also, like in the counties, as we hit certain thresholds. So
That's
how is
true.
it any different? And it's not like they're trying to take away your rights. It's like, this is a public safety issue. Okay. These guys are traveling from city to city to city,
State to state to state.
state to state.
Yeah.
And they all have different restrictions in those different states. So tell me why it would be so appalling to say, hey, would you mind keeping your teammate, your friends, your family safe by getting this vaccine? I don't see a problem with it. Anthony, I think you're being very, very nice by saying everybody can
I
do
am.
what
I'm
they
trying
want.
to be. Yeah.
I'm not. Fuck that. Eat my butt. Sorry, Anthony. Earmuffs. I think I listened to it
It's
before.
because I'm wearing what looks like earmuffs, so maybe you think I'm not listening. I do want to make one point though, and I don't know if this is edgy or whatever, but
Oh boy.
I feel like
Anthony's being edgy.
I feel like baseball players, especially American baseball players, come from a certain maybe socioeconomic background that is more inclined to not want to get vaccinated. If you guys smell what I'm cooking. So it'll be interesting to see how these players feel about
I
getting
can't tell if you're
vaccinated.
saying people of color or not people of color.
I'm saying that they probably are, they're a part of a group.
Just say the thing. Who cares? Why are you being like this?
There are probably people like Casey Sogard and Trevor Bauer who are like, I don't want to get a vaccine.
Oh, okay.
And,
Why-
Yeah. How about Trevor Bauer, who like will go off the cuff with strong opinions about literally anything in the world, but then they asked him about vaccines, and he's like, "Well,
Should've-
you know, I don't want to bring my opinion into this matter." It's
Since
like,
when?
bro.
Yeah.
I said this in the group thread. I'm very excited to root against Trevor Bauer. I cannot
What a
wait
villain.
to boo him, and because he's very brash, and I feel like he likes to play the villain too. So I
He
feel like
does.
he relishes it.
But in a different way than like Puig did. Puig and Bumgarner, I feel like also liked to play the villain, but Trevor Bauer's like a movie villain.
Yeah.
He's an instigator. Like he
Yeah.
wants you to hate.
He's a real life troll.
But
Exactly.
once you actually do throw shade back at him, then he gets all like panties in a bunch and is upset about it, right? Is that what you mean by a movie villain? Where
More or less, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, like Puig, it's like, oh, this is just a dude having a lot of fun and we're on the wrong end of it. Damn. Trevor Bauer's like, I'm doing these things so you don't like me.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like me? Now I'm all upset about it.
I do not like him.
Yeah, I think I can speak on behalf of all Giants fans and everyone in this chat that as soon as his no-hitter was broken up, it was like,
We were excited.
thank God. Because the last thing I would want to see is one, a Dodger get a no-hitter, and two, it be Trevor Bauer.
Oh my gosh. Like, I just can't imagine anything more annoying than that.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about that poor cat that ran on the field during that game?
Oh,
I know
the big
Carmen
cat.
does.
I love cats. Don't you think he'd be a good outfielder?
He has a really small strike zone, so I think he's getting on base easy.
Imagine it's like this.
On base king.
I love how
Probably.
he stopped and just stared at Bellinger. Either he was like really tired or he was just like, I'm just gonna hang out here and just like look at you.
Dude, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
someone online was saying he was like the second
girl.
coming of that girl who ran out just to like swoon all over Bellinger in LA.
Got reincarnated as a
we
cat.
love-
I feel like that's going to be Carmen.
dogs,
When
but cats are weird as hell, and they'll do things like just run out to a field and just sit down because they don't care. I love cats. Cats forever.
Cats forever.
it's like your spirit animal is a
Yeah,
cat.
for real.
They do weird things and they don't care.
And speaking of weird stuff that was happening to the Dodgers, the 2-run home run that was no longer a 2-run home run that was called back and was then scored as a single and 1 run. That was
Yeah.
is that
Correct me if I'm
karma? I
wrong,
really
but-
hope it's just like stupid shit that happens for them all season long.
Did the Dodgers get a home run yesterday? Because I think that was their only home run of the year and it got called back. So they're 0 home runs on the year despite scoring like 10 runs a game.
I saw a tweet that said Justin Turner, who was on base for the home run, thought it was an out. And I don't,
Yeah,
I
So
don't,
he thought it didn't clear. He thought it was an out, so he like slowly jogged back, and then Bellinger was like in awe of his home run. So
yeah,
he
I wasn't paying attention.
overshot him,
And kind of blazed probably.
which then makes you think back to Hunter Pence, and the man knows the rules of the game because a slow Johnny Cueto took
Yeah.
his sweet ass time coming in on home, and there's that infamous picture of Hunter behind him, basically going like, "Come on, bro, like go a little bit faster because I can't pass you." Okay. Well, that was fun clearing all the bases. Anything else anybody wants to talk about before we wrap up and look on to Mash Diego? Is that what it's called?
Mash Diego, that was it. Yeah.
Take
well
a point
done.
away
I
from
got
yourself.
it.
Well done.
Is
I
anybody else
just
dreading this series besides
No,
me?
I already know it's going to be awful. I've accepted it, so I'm not dreading it. I'm just like, let's do this.
They
So-
have Snell and Darvish set to pitch against them.
Go for it.
Why?
it's,
Why?
it's not fair.
It's not.
It is
They're
fair.
really good.
It's
I-
fair.
I will say on the flip side, because I like to I'm silver linings guy. They got San Diego, but then they have Colorado, and Colorado is projected to not be very good. So maybe they'll get swept in San Diego, but maybe they'll sweep Colorado over the weekend. So we'll
I
see
can
what
actually see the reverse happening because I feel like the Giants are like kind of bizarro where they play much better against competitive teams. And then when they go see the shitty, crappy team, they're like, oh, how do you play baseball again? Who's this pitcher that we've never seen? Yeah. So I kind of feel like that could happen.
Yeah, they played the Dodgers really, really well last year.
Yeah. So I can see that being the same thing. That really pissed me off. Like they just can't hit pitchers they've never seen before. They get so bamboozled.
They get so bamboozled. All right. You want to know what the score was?
Yeah.
Let's see.
My system of points that don't make
It's
sense.
gonna be Cole because Cole kept getting points.
He got all
Cole
those
kept
negatives.
getting
in there.
negative points in the beginning. It's
I already-
Carmen.
I can't. Carmen won after all of that. Huh?
Carmen won, even though she got buzzed so many times. You know what put you over the edge? Your last comment that you had about Giants being weird and playing up to whoever that they're playing or playing down to whoever that they're playing. So, Carmen, you get your choice. Whatever copy place you want, I will send you a gift card for that. So the points don't matter, but they do matter. Hooray!
Yay!
Who gets to be the skipper next week?
Skipper next week.
I think Carmen should, since she won.
Does that mean we're just going to play Among Us?
Yeah, we should play Among Us, but I have a new set of rules that I'm looking forward to rolling out too.
Carmen's manager, so she gets to do whatever she wants, and I'm gonna get
that.
one more buzzing while I can.
Put Barry in the Hall of Fame.
No. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Yay.